Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I hope you are doing well. Today I'm going to cover a workflow which I built on n8n, which is super important for someone who is doing cold outreach in volume. Today we're gonna cover two platforms. First is n8n and another is a very popular platform which everyone use for doing the cold outreach, sending a lot of cold email to their leads. That is Instantly. So we're gonna cover this platform, we're gonna talk about this, and I will show you the n8n workflow which I have built, which is connected with the Instantly, where we can send lot of replies which we are getting from the cold email. So everyone is facing this problem, like they are sending a lot of cold email to their leads and they are getting a lot of reply, and it is very difficult to send every reply manually. So we have created this n8n workflow which can automate this process and you don't have to do anything manually. This will save you 100% of your time. Now let's jump to this particular workflow. So as you can see, this is my screen and we are on the n8n canvas. This is the webhook trigger. So we are using the normal webhook trigger which is connected with our Instantly. So first let me show you the Instantly. So this is our Instantly and we have a lot of we are already running a lot of campaign, as you can see. So I have blurred the emails because of the privacy reason, but this is how you're gonna see on your Instantly account. Moving forward, we have this particular profile, and if you go to the setting option here, you can click on the integration. One second, and here you will find different options. So we need two things. We need webhooks to basically you're gonna get the webhook from here. Just copy this webhook and paste it here, just so that whenever we are receiving any reply via the email sent from the Instantly, our n8n workflow will instantly trigger. And another important thing is Instantly API key, which is very important for sending back the reply which we are generating from n8n. So this is a typical two things we require to create this workflow, and we are good. So once you get these two things, you just need to follow this video and you will understand how I have created this workflow. So this is the general reply we are getting from the Instantly. So you can see the structure. So we are getting the reply text. We are getting in both format, in the text format and in the HTML format. Another thing is the webhook URL. This is the same URL which we are using. So this is the two important things we require from which we are getting from the Instantly. Moving forward, this is the JavaScript which I have created just to clean the data which we are getting from the Instantly. So as we can see, it has removed all sort of garbage data which we are getting, and these are the refined data which we're gonna use in further in our workflow. After this, here we are using the set field to set the parameter so that it is very easy for us to map the variable further in the workflow. So we are using the send email account, which is very important. So this is basically the email which we are using to send the email to the prospect. This is the first name of the prospect, last name, lead email, company name. These are all the details which we are having of the lead. And this is basically the UUID. Basically this is very important ID which we need to use to map our response. So if we are getting the reply back to the Instantly, this is very important for us to reply back to the same email, and this particular ID will help us to do so. So this is the subject, this is the text, this is the first reply. So the problem is, if the user has the first reply, it will come as no, but if the user doesn't have the first reply, the value will be undefined. So this is kind of, we can use the if and else. This is not that priority, and this is the unibox URL which you are getting from the Instantly trigger point. After setting all the parameter, our next step is extracting the thread ID so that we can reply back to the same email from where we have got the reply. So moving forward, let me show you. So we have got the thread ID and the unibox URL. This is the two important thing which we need to use to reply back. Once we got this, then this is where we are doing the HTTP request. So this is a very important step. So let me execute and show you what we are doing here. So as you can see here, we are getting all the thread ID for that particular email so that the agent will have the context of the past conversation. So this is very important if we are doing the to and fro email with the prospect. So this is very important for us to have the context of the conversation so that we can understand what we are trying to have a talk with the client and what we have to reply back. So agent will have all the conversational history of that particular email. So here we are just using the thread ID which we are getting back from the previous node, and from that we'll get all the conversation context. So basically, or the thread we are having with that particular email. Once this is done, we are again using JavaScript just to organize the reply, basically organize all the data which we are getting. Let me show you how we are doing so. So this is how we are doing. We are getting all the conversation history, index, sender, timestamp. So this is basically all the important data which we are getting from the thread ID. So since we have the multiple email within the thread, so it is kind of organizing everything in terms of the timestamp so that the agent will know when which email has been sent at what time. So it can be easy for the agent to create the sequence. If this email is the past one and this is the current one, just to arrange the timeline. That's why we are using this JavaScript just to organize this thread, basically email thread, which we have got from the previous node. Then this is the aggregate node. This is straightforward, just to combine everything in a particular array. And then here we are basically, let me show you. So I have used this particular JavaScript just to get the current date plus 14 days from today. So there are many times I have seen in the agent, sometimes agent hallucinate in determining the date. So if I'm talking about the next Monday, next Tuesday in the natural format, sometimes agent hallucinate and we are not getting the right data. So we are using this particular data to make sure agent has the full context of the current plus the future dates so that it doesn't hallucinate. So this is the optional step. If you want, you can do. If you don't want, you can skip this particular step. So after completing this step, this is now straightforward. We are again using aggregate node just to combine all the data into the single array. And then this is the main agent, which is our AI agent connected with different tools. So this is the context, all the data like user input, like lead email, first name, last name, whatever data we have got from the previous step, we are putting here as a context. And then all the email thread and the replies and all the dates context we are giving as the input data. And this is the system prompt. This is a very intensive prompt I have created, giving different example, how it has to respond in certain scenario, how the email format should be followed. So these are the few things I have given in this particular prompt so that our output should be very optimized. So you can follow this prompt, you can copy this prompt. And so the main use case of this particular agent is to converse with the leads, help them to know more about our company, our details, and finally our main focus is to book a call. So this is our main use case for this particular agent. And for that, this is the simple open router we are using. I mean, you can directly use any provider, but we are using this model GPT Gemini 2.5 Pro. This is the simple conversation memory, default n8n memory. And this is the two main tools which we are using right now. The first one is get available slot, so that agent will know which slot is available, and on the basis of that, it can book an appointment. So in this particular workflow, we are using cal.com because I feel this is the easiest way to create a HTTP request and do a callback. So this is the best platform, I think, for the booking platform. But of course, you can directly go with the Google Calendar, Microsoft Outlook, or maybe Calendly. So it doesn't matter. This is your choice. But I have taken cal.com for this particular workflow. And this is the structure output parser. So we want response in the two format, the text and the HTML format. Same like we are getting reply in the text and the HTML. Let me show you. So if you see the input data which we are getting from the instantly, so we are getting in the text format and the HTML format. Similarly, I am generating the reply in the text and the HTML format. And let me show you how it is generating a reply. So it will typically take 30 to 40 seconds to generate a single reply. But of course, you can play with the different model. You can use fast model like Gemini 2.5 Flash to generate a response faster. So you can see first response I'm getting in a text format, and the second response I'm getting in the HTML format. So this is how typically the response generated from the AI. Then we are using this particular workflow just to map the variable which we are getting, basically the output data of the agent. And this is what we are sending back to the instantly. So as I said before, we are getting the reply from the instantly, and then we are generating the reply based on the context, and then we are sending back to the instantly with the help of their API. So I don't think it's gonna send because this is the older. Okay, it worked. So you can see it has sent the reply back to that particular email. So this works. Now this is the requirement of my client basically. So he wanted to analyze the conversation of the agent with the client and to see if the client is interested with the our offerings, and if they are interested, we're gonna identify this. So it will reply with the interested or not interested. If the client is interested, we're gonna create the contact in our Zoho CRM so that we can have a database. So you can see the status is not interested. So we are filtering out. So basically I'm using the switch. If the user is not interested, they will not move forward. If they are interested, we will move forward, and we're gonna create a contact in Zoho CRM. So this is typically what we are doing in this particular workflow. So with the help of this, you can automate all the process of sending reply back to the email, whatever email you are doing, basically the cold outreach you are doing. So this is a typical workflow you can have if you are doing a lot of cold outreach and you want to automate this process. If you want to download this template, you have to go to my school community and you can download from there. And yeah, this is all about this. I hope you find this video helpful. Let me know in the comment if you want any suggestion or if you have any questions. Thanks for watching.